Hey guys, it's Lauren. I decided it'd be fun to do some back to school questions from me going to school. God, I think I graduated high school 2009, so I don't know, you do the math. It's been a while. Anywho, yes, I'm in my pajamas, it's nighttime, it's almost 8. I have been doing my prep for the week with me video, so I wanted to do some of these questions while I'm waiting on something cooking here. So, here we go. All right, so this is just a back to school question tag that I found. So I'm just gonna read the questions and take it from there. Okay, so first question is, did I ever have first day of school jitters? I don't that I remember. Doesn't mean I didn't, but it wasn't bad enough that many years later I'm remembering it. So growing up, my elementary school was K through 6. We had a junior high, which was 7 and 8, and then my high school was 9 through 12. And then I did go off to a state college, which then became State University. Was there for 4.5 years getting my degree. So that is my schooling. Have I ever fallen asleep in class? No, but came close. Okay, so in nursing school, there was actually a teacher, I don't remember his name, but we all loved him, and I remember he actually retired the year he taught our class, but he pulled me aside after class and said that he could tell I was basically falling asleep, that I need to get more sleep. He said, go get your iron levels checked, go get this done. He's like, but you need to get more sleep. So I did actually start taking something with iron. That took a little bit to get used to. Didn't realize, even though I was a nursing student, didn't realize iron's so harsh on your stomach, so I would take it in the morning, and then I'd get sick, and I didn't really put the 2 and 2 together until a little bit later. So once I started taking it either at nighttime or with food, much better, it gave me more energy, and I was able to not do that. Share your most embarrassing moment in school. Ooh. What? Come here. I can't think of an embarrassing moment. Yeah, I don't know. High school, I was in not many activities. You probably can hear my dog licking my hand. But I was in the school band. We did pep band for the football games. I was editor of the yearbook. I was in volleyball, and I was captain my senior year. Yeah. In college, I was a RA, so resident advisor. What? Come here. Say hi. Say hi. I was a resident advisor, which means I'm basically in charge of the younger residents. I'm supposed to report them for alcohol and weed and whatever else. Hi. And then I was actually in a sorority as well, so that was a lot of fun. Still have great friendships from there. A couple of my sisters were in my wedding. I recently went to a sister's wedding, so that was a good time. So what comes to mind is we had this teacher, also can't remember her name. Yeah, no. But we all, all the nursing students hated her. Most of them. We all said that she tried to fail students. And the way my program worked was that you could fail one class once. If you failed the second, you were kicked out of the program. You're not allowed to go to nursing school there. So, once you have that one fail and it puts you back, the next fail you could be out. And I did know people that happened to. They got kicked out of the program. They just, I don't really know if any of them went on to be nurses. So that's really tough. But, yeah, can't think of her name. Anyways, I failed. I failed her class. That semester, I don't remember the numbers now, but it was something 20. There's 20 students in our class, and she failed 6 of us. And 3 of them, that was their second fail. So they were done with nursing school at that point. And then there was 3 of us that we were now behind a semester. So that's why I say 4.5 years. The funny thing about her, So I think she's an NP, but we have to take this like exiting exam that we have to pass in order to like get our graduation whatever for school. And again, took that, I failed it. You're allowed to like retest in like a month or whatever. I don't remember, I think I failed it the second time again. And then the third time, or maybe the second time, actually, I think it was just the first time I failed, second time, she sat with me and we would go over the questions together. I still failed. So what does that tell you about her as a teacher? If she still failed the exam. Anyways, took it a third time. I don't remember, but I did pass. So anyways, here I am. I don't know, almost 10 years later as a nurse, so all was well. But just the fact of failing, I would say, is my embarrassing moment. All right. Will you or have you joined any clubs or sports teams? Well, I guess I kind of covered that. So, volleyball was probably number one for me in high school. Sorority was number one in college. What has been your favorite grade? Don't remember anything about elementary school. 7th and 8th was fun. I just remember having a good time with my friends there. The funny thing is every school I was in was renovating when I was there. So elementary school started when I was in kindergarten. So it did renovate mostly when I was in K and 1. Middle school renovated the full 2 years that I was there. So I very clearly remember, like, depending on where you're going for your class, like half the building was complete, like concrete, a mess, totally outdated, and then we had like the brand new side. So, and then high school, when we went up to do like our orientation in 8th grade, also under construction. So that thankfully was pretty much finished by the time we went to freshman year. And then my college, also under construction. So, yeah, but overall favorite at college, I mean, I don't know anyone that would really say different. Did you ever have to wear a uniform? No. Gym class, they said like, blue or black shorts, white or gray t-shirt, but we could just buy it ourselves. Who was my favorite teacher? I enjoyed Mrs. Lilquist. She was like the home ec teacher in the junior high. I really started my sewing when I was in her class. As bad as this is, I don't remember teachers from high school. I know a few that I didn't care for, but I'm not going to say their names. My volleyball coach, can I say that? Coach Garcia, and then her husband would help out. We'd call him Coach Garcia the man, but that was probably my favorite in high school. College, yeah, I don't really know. I don't know my professors anymore, obviously. Least favorite, yeah, I'm not going to name names, but there are several I could think of. What was the worst thing you ever did at school? Ooh. Come on. Worst thing I ever did at school. Well, I could say there was a note going around in junior high. I'm not going to give details, but it was a pretty big deal. Called down the counselor, parents were called, administration got involved, so lesson learned. Well, obviously it was never done again. Did I have a car? If so, what were you driving? So, funny story. My very first car was a black Ford Explorer. And so when I was a senior in high school, my brother was a freshman. He's actually 2 years younger, but he was held out because he has an October birthday. So he was a freshman, and then on the way to school, he had two friends that I was friendly with as well that we would pick up on the way. So seniors would get first dibs at parking spots. So I would pick them up every morning on the way to school, and then I'd bring them home every afternoon. And the funny thing is this car had like a keypad on the outside. It's very high tech for the age of that car. But if I wasn't like ready to go right away, they'd be out in my car waiting for me. And I'd come out and like these 3 freshman boys would be in my car, like rocking the car and just like, you know. What? But yeah, it was funny. There was some real good times driving them home and just enjoying it. And then once that brother got his license, he got that car. And then we found this new like baby blue Ford Explorer. So that one became my car. That one I actually brought up to college. So we did all our early morning clinicals with that car. I didn't have one freshman year. I think I had to have one, so I don't remember when we started clinical, if it was sophomore year. I think it was sophomore year. Anyways, and that car, there are stories. Like, my windshield wipers did not work. If it was raining, didn't have wipers. If it was snowing, didn't have wipers. So I went to Walmart one night, got some Rain-X. We discovered that helped with the rain. However, the snow, not so helpful. And there was one time we had like a break coming up. I don't even know what break it was, maybe Christmas, and blizzard outside. And I'm trying to drive home. I'm 2 hours away to my school. And my windshield would just be covered with snow. So every so often I'd have to stick my hand out the door, out the window, and like scrape the snow off with a snow brush so I could see. Pause. So anyways, I was saying that I would actually stick my hand out the window and use a snow brush to scrape my windshield clean to keep driving home. Was that safe? Absolutely not. Fortunately, there were not a lot of cars on the road because there was a blizzard. So yeah, that was fun. And then I remember driving in a big intersection up there. It's an intersection where there's like 2 lanes and a turn on each 4 sides. So there's lots of lanes of cars. And all of a sudden I'm driving along and I hear something dragging on the ground. And then I'm going through the intersection. All of a sudden I don't hear it anymore. I'm like, pretty sure I just lost something. Sure enough, look in my rearview mirror. There's my muffler, my entire muffler system. So I pull over. I'm like, I can't get that. It's a major intersection. I actually called the police. I don't know. I'm out of state. I don't know what to do. To tell them that there's something in the road. Can't get to it because it's a busy intersection. They do send somebody. And then they come to tell me that it was already gone. So somebody up there in Massachusetts picked it up and probably, I don't know, scrapped it or kept it for a project. I don't know. And then something else happened. My brother actually drove from his school to help me, like tie it up with a coat hanger. My shock, my boot, something like that was dragging before. And then brought it home, kind of stopped using it, and then it just died in the driveway. So we called the junkyard, they came and picked it up. But, oh, and then when that died, I had a good friend in college. Her name's Lauren. She sold me her red car. Had like one hubcap, dents everywhere. We called it the jalopy. I think she sold it to me for like, I don't know, $200. I have to say, that was the best little car. A few years I drove it until I, that was the first car I bought on my own. Got it insured. My then boyfriend, now husband, was a car guy, so he was able to kind of like make sure it passed emissions, and yeah, but that was our red jalopy. Are you still friends with anybody you went to school with? Elementary school, no. Junior high, yes. And then she was also in high school. That friend is Julie. I mentioned her in a previous video. Still very close. She's actually the godmother of my youngest. We see each other as much as we can. She's up in Boston right now, but I actually have a date with her to go up and spend the night in October and just get away and have some girl time. In college, yes, I have several friends. I kept in touch with a sorority sister, Ashley, for a while. Still friendly with Athena and Keegan from the sorority. Still friends with Lauren from the sorority, not sorority. Lauren was at RA with me, and that's how I met her. I don't know, my brain's not working, so if there's someone I missed, I'm sorry, it was not intentional, but I do have those friendships still, most of them. And then when I was at the sister's wedding, I ran it, well, obviously there were other sorority sisters there, and some of them you just kind of picked up the conversation where we left off, so that was really cool. Is there anything I would change about my experience with school? No. I loved playing volleyball, being part of a team. I loved, like, I don't know, just the feeling of it. You know, we were not always the best team, but I remember a game we went to, it was like an inner city school, and their gym was part of their, like, cafeteria, which was part of their the thing where they have, like, meetings, like gymnasium, auditorium. So everything was in there, and it was a very tight area, and they were a good team. And I remember, I think it was like our last game of the season. We had had a really crappy season. We lost our senior night game, and it was like, in volleyball, I can't even remember now, but I think you had to win by 2 at that time or whatever. But it was like they'd get one ahead, then we get one ahead, then they get one ahead, and we got one ahead. And like, we tried so hard and worked so much as a team, and we won. And it was just such an amazing feeling. I loved being captain. I really wish I would have had, I don't want to say the time, but I would have been able to play it in college. I don't even think we had a team. They had like a net up for fun, but there was no team at my school. You know, obviously being a nursing major took a lot. And then I did join the sorority to help meet people. So that obviously took a lot of time. And then I started working the jobs as well. So, but I wouldn't change anything. You know, everything that happened to me has put me where I am now. You know, I was dating someone in college. Then I failed. So when I failed, I had to do one more semester, but that semester would be split up amongst one class a week at school and then clinical. So I found an apartment in between, and then also close by that then boyfriend. We broke up. Then I meet my now husband. And because I was living there, finishing up that degree, because I had failed, it led me to meeting him. Now we have 2 beautiful children. So it's just, everything happens for a reason, the way it worked. Great experiences, great friendships. It's exciting to see my kids go through it now. You know, the oldest, he's excited to get on the bus. He is loving having lunches. You know, I get to talk to him about like specials and all that kind of stuff now. So it's really exciting, but happy back to school time. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to click that like button, and then if you want to join the family, hit that subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.